Psychological relationship between life and death. Psychological living refers to a person's perception, expectation, and hope of himself and the surrounding environment. Psychological death means that he has lost or stopped these perceptions, expectations, and hopes, and is in numbness or despair. Among. When did the life activities of the human mind begin? Although the academic discussion is still unclear, it is certain that it should be very early. Perhaps the cry when the baby is born is the beginning of the psychological life activities. Most of the death of mental life occurs when a person suffers severe physical and mental blows and setbacks, or due to aging, severe loss and trauma of brain function, or suffering from Alzheimer's disease. But psychological life and death are not like physical clinical death, which can be clearly divided into one or the other. In other words, a person's death is not a complete and absolute death. It often shows a vague state, perhaps with occasional awareness, or deliberate neglect, or occasional lack of awareness. Of course, physical death necessarily leads to total psychological death. There is no greater sorrow than death, is one of the cruelties of life as we all know. The social dimension of life and death, what we call social life and death, refers to the way in which you are perceived by others as social relationships. When a person ignores your existence and basic survival needs based on practical considerations, your relationship with that person is the death of society. For example, one day I was sent to a nursing home by my children. All the children care about is the bills sent to them every month. They may have ignored my physical and psychological needs. Existence, then my relationship with them is the death of society. In fact, the greatest pain in life is not death but separation. We cannot limit ourselves to knowing and caring about physical death. Pure physical death may be bearable to the dying, but social and psychological death is an unbearable reality and cruelty. Social death can lead to psychological and physical death. If your family thinks you are the death of society, though they may feel anxious or guilty doing so, they seem to be isolating you, and you will have depression, and stress. If you are placed in a nursing home or a nursing home, then depression, and stress begin to have a major impact on your lifestyle, diet, and exercise habits. Your physical and social environment is less stimulating, and as a result, psychological death ensues. So we find a powerful interaction between psychological and social death that necessarily accelerates physical death.